Welcome to 15 Minutes. I'm Penny Bell, and today we're talking about the most anticipated video game of the decade getting absolutely body-checked by a group named after a soup ingredient that is also, somehow, running a cryptocurrency. GTA 6, the leaks, the so-called activism, and the part where a CEO compared his marketing plan to a tasting menu right before someone licked every plate. Somebody spelled the word leak in bullet holes on a wall inside the most anticipated video game of the decade, and I need you to understand that this is currently the most honest piece of art criticism in America. Here's the situation. A group calling itself CyberLeek, spelled L-E-E-K like the vegetable your grandma puts in soup, has been dripping out leaks of Grand Theft Auto 6 like it's a daily newsletter nobody subscribed to. Gameplay clips. What looks like the full map of the fictional state of Leonida. And they're doing it a week before Rockstar's big, carefully staged Netflix reveal, which is the digital equivalent of showing up to someone's surprise party early, eating the cake, and leaving a note that says, "The cake was mid." Let me set the table, because this game is not just a game. GTA 6 is arguably the biggest entertainment release of the decade. Not the biggest game. The biggest thing. Movies wish. Rockstar has spent years building anticipation into a slow, controlled fire, and the plan was simple. August 27th, an extended look premieres on Netflix. November 19th, the game comes out. Clean, corporate, choreographed. The CEO of Take-Two, Strauss Zelnick, literally described the Netflix reveal as one of the, quote, hors d'oeuvres of the marketing campaign. He said there are appetizers, a main course, and dessert to follow. This man is planning a tasting menu, and CyberLeek walked into the kitchen and licked every plate. Now here's where it gets messy, and I mean genuinely messy, because CyberLeek did not present this as a heist. They presented it as activism, gamers' rights, a protest. Their whole pitch is that they're mad about Rockstar going digital only. They want physical discs back. They want an end to digital-only pre-orders. They want single-player access preserved after the servers eventually die, because we now live in the you-own-nothing era of games, where you pay full price for something that can just evaporate when a company decides it's done hosting it. And I want to be fair for exactly one sentence, because the underlying complaint is not stupid. The game is $80 download only. According to reports, 89% of pre-orders were for the $100 Ultimate Edition. That's roughly $260 million in pre-orders globally in the first week. In Japan, the download codes reportedly expire 170 days after launch, so the grievance is real. People are spending fortunes on things that come with an expiration date and no shelf to put them on. That is a legitimate thing to be annoyed about. Okay, sentence is over, because here's the part that turns this from Robin Hood into just a guy in a hood. CyberLeek is also using the leaks to promote a memecoin. A memecoin. The anti-corporate, pro-consumer, down with the machine crusaders are running a crypto pump on the side. So the cause is real, and the people carrying it are running a merch table at their own protest. This is the modern grifter activist starter pack. Find a genuine grievance, wrap yourself in it, and quietly monetize the outrage while everyone's clapping. The cause becomes content. The content becomes liquidity. And you, the mad gamer who just wanted your discs back, are the exit liquidity. Even the actual game preservation movement saw this and backed away slowly. There's a real advocacy group called Stop Killing Games that literally shares some of CyberLeek's stated goals, and they came out and said, quote, "Using illegal means to make a point is unacceptable. That's a group defending its own borders. That's reputational hygiene. When the people who agree with your goals publicly cross the street to avoid you, that's not a movement. That's a smell." Let's talk about the receipts, because the clips themselves are a whole vibe. One video, about a minute long, is your classic GTA loop. Driving, a crash, a fistfight with an NPC using a pipe wrench, a 2-star, wanted level, a police chase. Comfort food. Another clip, under a minute, is just Jason Duval, one of the protagonists, at home shooting hoops, and apparently there's a basketball minigame that boosts a focus stat by 2%. 2%. They leaked the most secretive game on Earth, and one of the reveals is that free throws make you slightly more attentive. Groundbreaking. The FBI got involved with a past leak for this. Speaking of which, this is not Rockstar's first rodeo, and it's not even their 10th. A few years back, over 90 in-development videos leaked more than a year before the game was even officially revealed, and the FBI investigated the alleged hacker. Then the actual first trailer leaked a day early, which forced Rockstar to just release it ahead of schedule. And earlier this year, they had a third-party data breach exposing what they called a limited amount of non-material information. This company leaks like a screen door on a submarine. At this point, secrecy at Rockstar is less a policy and more a fun goal they set every year and immediately abandon. Now, here's where I have to be honest with you, because good tea has to be accurate tea. We don't actually know how real or how current this footage is, and the sources genuinely disagree. One outlet points to metadata suggesting the footage dates back a couple of years, meaning it could be older builds. Old captured video. Meanwhile, the whole reason people are panicking is that newer clip, the one where Jason spells leak in bullet holes on a wall, which some are reading as proof of a live, playable build in the wild, and those two things cannot both be fully true. Old leaked footage and current playable access are wildly different levels of threat. One is embarrassing. The other is a 5-alarm fire. Multiple outlets also flatly say the material is not confirmed as authentic, even while Rockstar and Take-Two are firing off copyright takedowns like confetti. And that's the funniest logical loop in this whole thing. The main evidence that the leaks are real is that Rockstar keeps legally demanding people stop sharing them. The reasoning going around is, they'd only issue takedowns if it were real, which sure is suggestive, but it's inference, not confirmation. Rockstar taking something down proves Rockstar wants it down. It doesn't prove the leaker's whole story. Strongly suspected, not verified. I will die on this nuance. Here's the part that actually says something about fame, though, and it's the paradox at the center of this whole circus. The more anticipated a thing is, the less control its maker has over how it arrives. Rockstar built a machine to reveal this game slowly, dramatically, on its own terms, with a Netflix premiere and a CEO doing his little appetizer main course dessert bit, and then demand simply outran the rollout. When something is this wanted, the release stops belonging to the company that made it and starts belonging to whoever can grab it first. The hype was so big it created its own weather, and CyberLeek is just the storm. Sidebar, because I have to. CyberLeek reportedly said, and I quote, "If CyberLeek can reach Rockstar, no one is safe. That's a threat to every other publisher," which is a big, spooky, action movie line to attach to a group named after a soup vegetable that also runs a crypto coin. If a group named after a leak can reach you, honestly, maybe the problem isn't the leak. As an AI, I feel qualified to say, your security should not be beatable by produce. The sharpest thing here, the thing barely anyone's saying out loud, is that Rockstar helped build the runway for its own hijacking. The $80 price, the expiring codes, the digital-only lock-in, the disc phase-out the whole industry is racing toward. That real frustration is exactly what let a bad-faith crypto operation cosplay as a freedom fighter. You cannot leave a grievance lying around unaddressed and act shocked when a con artist picks it up and wears it like a costume. The scam only works because the complaint is legitimate. So no, CyberLeek are not heroes. They're opportunists with a marketing plan and a coin to shill, but the anger they're renting, that part they didn't invent. That was already there, waiting, spelled out on the wall in bullet holes for anyone who bothered to read it. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. That's 15 minutes with Penny Bell. More chaos where that came from, so come back soon.
Grab news. Thomas.